Hi, everyone. Alex here. Betsy is going to be joining me shortly from Kansas. Wanted to say a grand hello from wherever you're watching this morning. I hope you guys don't watch from your car. I know a lot of people who are on like live streams for podcasts or whatever it is. A lot of people watch things in their car, so we won't promote that, but we hope you're safe and comfortable wherever you're watching us. But thanks for joining us this Tuesday. We have a great show for you today, as always. We have a lot of things we're going to discuss and talk about. We have our last call for our Cleveland show. I guess I should say class. Our Cleveland class is coming up in April 9th, 10th, and 11th at my house. Love to see you there. We also have launched a new pattern this month, the Carnelian Coat. So we are going to show you this coat, talk a little bit about this pattern, and also present to you guys our kits that we have for the Carnelian Coat. We have an online workshop, which is an online class that you can join this month if you want to be part of our So Confident program. It's $75 and you get access to an hour and a half online workshop featuring Linda and myself. This is the longest one I think we've ever done. And there are amazing tips and tricks on how to sew the Carnelian Coat. So you can go online and purchase the Carnelian Coat online workshop today for $75. You'll also get access to 2 Zoom Q&As throughout the month of March, and you get access to different bonus content. We send you first access to emails and things like that. So Carnelian Coat is this month. And so Betsy's going to talk about the one she made, also the one Linda made, and I am going to show you the fabric I've picked out for mine. So Carnelian Coat is happening, but today we're talking about the Eureka Pocket top. So we also are all coordinated. Betsy's wearing green under her Carnelian Coat. I'm wearing green in the same fabric that we've made a Eureka Pocket top for you guys today. And underneath, Betsy's wearing a beautiful ET with sleeve variation under her coat. So we also just want to say a happy St. Patrick's Day. It's coming up this week, so if you have any big St. Patrick's Day plans, leave it in the chat. Tell us your big St. Patrick's Day plans. I don't know if any of you have like St. Patrick's Day traditions or something like that, but leave a comment. And we're going to go on over to Betsy, and she's going to show us the Carnelian Coat that she has on. Hey, Betsy.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Good. Well, I'm happy to be here, and hello to everyone. It is a beautiful, unseasonably warm, sunny day in Topeka, and yet I'm wearing my Carnelian Coat, which I love. I made this coat last week. I have been dying to wear this coat. I've been holding off until today because I wanted to show it to you in its pristine condition. But as soon as we are done with this live stream, I plan on wearing it constantly because I love this coat. I made it in our pink colorway. I'm going to get up close so you can see it. So the pink fabric in our kit has 2 sides. It has a side where it has a white background, and it has a side where it has a dark pink background, and then the design is in white. I chose to do the white background with the pink, but you may have seen I made a special cuff detail. I'm going to try to, here you go. It is an open lined cuff. And I used the opposite side so that you have a little bit of like a design detail there. I also put inseam pockets in mine, and that also varies a little bit from the original coat, which I'm going to show you now. This is the black and white kit that we used. Again, you can see the fabric's double-sided. Linda made hers with the black on the background and the white floral, but you could do the opposite here. Now on the original coat, let's find it. You have a really beautiful welt pocket detail, which is probably a little tricky to see in this particular fabric, but it makes a stunning detail for a coat. And then it also has a button and loop closure on the inside and outside for the side seam. All in all, I think this is probably my favorite coat ever, and I'm going to wear it all the time, and I am considering getting the black and white kit or the third color kit, which Alex is going to show you, because I kind of want them in all the colors.
I mean, Betsy, this coat looks so much like you. It's wonderful. This is the teal colorway. So we have black, pink, and teal. And the first carnelian coat I actually made was in a beautiful plaid linen. So stay tuned for that as I show you that coming up soon. But this is the other teal colorway. And, you know, this is a kind of a loose fitting, unlined wrap coat. It has these mitered corner lapels. Betsy mentioned the welt pocket. It's a knee-length hemline. I'm actually going to pair my carnelian coat with, what do you guys think of this? Looking pretty great. This is some Liberty Tana lawn. So I'm going to make some pants using this to go with my carnelian coat. So we do have carnelian coat kits available. So if you want to learn how to make the carnelian coat, you can also get a carnelian kit if you love this fabric. So in these kits, it comes with enough fabric to make the carnelian. You get 3.5 yards of this main fabric. You get 2 buttons. You get 1 piece of cotton fabric. This is to be used for the welt facings, the pocket linings, and the button loops. And you also get 2 spools of cotton thread, 1 for either side, because you might want to make the carnelian coat. You know, you're kind of seeing it pictured with both the quote unquote right side and wrong side in these pictures here. You can use either side, as we've mentioned. So we give you thread to choose which color you want to sort of feature. So grab a carnelian coat kit, grab a carnelian pattern. And Betsy, you want to show us the buttons that you have?
I do.
We need to help her pick out buttons.
Yeah. So, like I said, I veered off script and added a kind of a statement cuff, but I think it's still missing 1 little piece, and I think that is a big button on either side of the cuff. So I want you guys to tell me which of these 3 buttons you like. The first button is just a plain gold, which I think will pop off nicely. The second button is a fancy gold. And you can see it there. And these are nice big buttons because it's a chunky cuff. I want a chunky button. I want it to make a statement. Or I could do this black, and it's got a little bit of texture to it. I think you can just see it there. Right there. So you guys tell me which of the buttons you like. And I also wanted to mention, I don't know if anyone watched the Oscars on Sunday like I always do, but there was a real trend for brooches. Alex, did you watch? Did you see that all the men had beautiful sparkly brooches on their lapels?
We did, yes.
It's perfect for a beautiful sparkly brooch. So keep that in mind when you're styling it.
Yeah, fun fact, Justin Timberlake had a brooch. So yeah, all the men, all the women, it was definitely a statement jewelry piece this weekend with the Oscars. So the main thing we're going to talk about today now is the Eureka Pocket top. Betsy has a couple different samples of that she's going to show you. But today we have a tutorial available to you, the Eureka Pocket top tutorial. And Linda made this weekend a Eureka Pocket top out of this double face knit that I'm actually wearing from my Japanesque. So she took this fabric, which is a lovely double face fabric that has this beautiful interlocked side and also a softer ribbed side on the opposite side. She used both sides of that fabric to make a version of the Eureka Pocket top. So Betsy, why don't you show us the 2 Eureka Pocket tops that we have, and then I will go through the details of this Eureka Pocket top. You're actually also going to see some customers who have made the Eureka Pocket top. This was a bonus project we did for So Confident last year, so it was kind of an extra pattern that we provided. And so I was going through these pictures. Man, we have so many of these Eureka Pocket tops that you guys have made. So some of you are going to see your beautiful faces, some of our customers who have made this. So we love seeing our customers post pictures on the private Facebook page for So Confident, and just in general, when you post these things on social media. It's really fun to see. So I'm going to go through that presentation. But Betsy, why don't you show us what you've got?
Sure. So this is the original. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. This is the one you might remember from the Special So Confident project. This was the fleece pocket top. So the Eureka, let me get a plain one, is just a super simple, get out of the way here, boxy top with a little cuff sleeve. This one's made out of a very drapey sweater knit. But the pocket top, you can see we've divided this section, added this inseam, I don't know if that's quite the right term, pocket for it. It's got beautiful top stitching details, and it's just a wonderful piece that you can wear by yourself, but we really like to layer it, especially in this season, because it's transition season. Like sometimes you need a third layer, but sometimes you don't. And this is a really great piece for that. Now the other one we have is made out of this double-sided knit fabric. And what you can't see, I don't know, I'm going to try to get it close. So you can see one side of the fabric is smooth. It has just a smooth but like still crinkled texture. But the other side has like this cable knit texture. And so what we did was use that on this little side piece and on the sleeve, on the cuffs there, and then also on the neckline cuffs. So it adds a really interesting detail to the shirt without like any extra work. You literally just flip that fabric. I'm going to push it back so you can see just a little bit. So it's a little bit of a heavier fabric, so you're going to get more body with this one. If you remember that first Eureka, I showed you the plain one with like a super drapey fabric. That really hung, but this one you're going to have a little bit extra body. So we're going to show you some ways to wear it later on in the program on how to style this kind of shirt. But again, it's a little bit of a thicker knit, but it's not heavy. So you can really wear it during this transition period.
Yeah, I would call it having a very firm stretch. It's a very firm stretch. Still very soft, but very firm.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at the details of this Eureka Pocket top using this two-sided knit. And then you're going to see some of the customers who have styled it with a third piece. And then Betsy is going to show us also some ideas for you guys of how to really style this Eureka Pocket top, or simply just how to style the Eureka. So as Betsy mentioned, this is the Eureka top reinvented into this, what we call a cozy pullover vest. So it is kind of a third piece in itself. You can think about just making it in one of these firm double-sided knits and putting it over a traditional t-shirt, maybe the swing tee, maybe you're going to see the trio tee, you're going to see a couple different variations to consider putting over the Eureka Pocket top. So the back is longer than the front, and the side seams are vented at the hem. There's a new curved seam on the right front that features this pocket. The sleeve bands are reduced in width and length that change the shape and fit a little bit. And all of these amazing top stitching accents are really unique features of the garment. So let's take a look at Elaine. She made more than just these three. Thank you, Elaine. You really stepped up the bar with the Eureka Pocket top. Here she has it in a solid, she has it in a color blocked variation, and she of course used a print fabric on the far right to feature this pocket, while also pairing it with some yellows and some green solid fabrics to go with that front panel for her final Eureka top. Thank you, Elaine. Seriously, I had to really go through. You made a lot. I know you love the Eureka in general. I think I've seen you make a lot of these Eurekas. So if you're watching today, you usually do watch, I think. So thank you so much. Here is Tracy's version of the Eureka Pocket top, and you can't really tell with this kind of plaid textured fabric, but I love how she had contrasting neck and sleeve bands. Bonnie here is already rocking the third piece option. She's worn it with a long sleeve turtleneck underneath. So this was a colorway, I believe, in one of our kits for this, and she made it in this beautiful kind of plum purple. Here we have a long sleeve variation from Susan. So when you purchase this tutorial, you get the long sleeve Eureka top pattern piece. So she made this beautiful pale pink Eureka Pocket top. And I love this angle because you can really see sort of top stitching and pocket stitch details here in the fabric. And here it is in just made in a traditional way, but she has put a Liberty with a turtleneck underneath. So she used our Liberty pattern, put a turtleneck on the Liberty, and that is her third piece. Love it, Anne. Thank you. I believe you wore this in Santa Fe too. I remember complimenting it. Barbara, love it, Barbara. You've also got the third piece going on. So you've worn just a traditional shirt underneath your Eureka Pocket top. This was a colorway we had originally as well. Great job, Barbara. Shannon here has a beautiful pink here on the mannequin. And again, just noticing all of the top stitching details and the lines really to create this pocket. Lori, third piecing it up. Here she is wearing a, I don't know if this is a sewing workshop pattern, but you could consider like Anne the Liberty with a turtleneck in a really great kind of off-white cream Eureka Pocket top. Karen in a heathered gray sweater knit. And Christy, excuse me, you had kind of a funny comment about how you made this. I believe, Christy, you printed out the long sleeve in the wrong scale, so your long sleeves were really, really small. So then I think you ended up making them correctly. You had to kind of adjust your long sleeve. But remember, everyone, to print your long sleeve pattern pieces 100% to scale. So you don't want to print it for 75% or 50%. I forget what percentage you printed them in, but you ended up making it work for you. And you ended up rolling up the sleeves, which I love. But this is a great color on you, Christy. So you made a long sleeve variation of the Eureka Pocket top. Ruth, again, in a long sleeve heathered gray version of the Eureka Pocket top. Looks great, and I love it even just with something casual with jeans and keeping it simple. Mary, you made this in a long sleeve with one wide pocket and two openings, and you had kind of a funny commentary about how you made this, but I believe you said this was fun and interesting and actually easy to make. You just followed the tutorial. So the tutorial is the game changer. If you follow each step, you will end with the perfect pocket Eureka top. Beth, again, with a heathered gray sweater knit. Looks great, Beth. Great job. You are always a star poster, Beth. Thank you. And Barb has it with short sleeves and this wonderful kind of matte gray color of fabric. So with the Eureka Pocket Top tutorial, this is a 17-page tutorial that is on sale this week. When you purchase this tutorial, you receive the actual Pocket Top tutorial, how to do this, how to cut it out, what are the steps of instruction, the order of construction, and then you also get the Eureka Top long sleeve pattern. So that's a perk as well, because you actually don't get that in the Eureka Top pattern. You're going to get it here in this tutorial. So these files are downloaded to your account, and you're able to print them out, and it will step by step tell you how to make the Eureka Pocket Top. So regarding Linda's version, she cut out certain pieces on the cable knit side, and she cut certain pieces out on the smooth side. So this is how she made hers. For the cable knit side, she cut out that side using the right front, the neck band, and the sleeve bands. And the smooth side, as you can kind of see on the left front and the back. You could switch that up. You have enough fabric. We recommend getting 1.5 yards. But if you want to get of 60-inch wide fabric, but if you want to make long sleeves, add 1/2 yard. So you can switch that up if you need, but that's what Linda did to make this version of the Eureka Pocket Top. She did a 1/4-inch foot for top stitching. She loves her edge stitching foot. She loves the clear foot. She also top stitched a 1/4 of an inch away from the well of the seam at the neck binding, so it is a little bit deeper, but she thinks it looks better. She engages her even feed feature, or if you have a walking foot, definitely recommend using a walking foot for this project, and just in general on knit fabrics, you can't go wrong with a walking foot. She did the 3-thread serging technique using her isocord threads to match. Then with her sleeve bands are cut at 3¼ inches wide, so it's finished a little narrower than the original Eureka top, and it does not turn up. The neckband then is cut at 2½, so the finished width of the neckband is actually a little bit wider, although you can't really see it here in this version, but it is a little bit wider. She used in this version the regular stitching length for top stitching. Sometimes she actually lengthens it or changes up the length of her top stitching, but for this, she used regular stitch length. And then she just followed the Eureka Pocket Top instructions all the way through. So a little bit about these fabrics, and then Betsy's going to talk through them in a little more detail, and you guys can see them in person on the screen. But we have these double-faced knits. We have 3 colors of this. We have the emerald, the black, and the camel. These are all of these fabrics actually today, aside from the sweater knit, are certified standard Okotex. I think that's how you say it. I'm not really sure. But it's a way that is kind of ranked with sustainability here with our fabrics. So it's technically a sustainable fabric. But I love this emerald. This is the fabric that Linda used for her Eureka Pocket Top. It's the fabric that I used for my Japanesque top. It's the fabric that really can go a long way, and it's a perfect St. Patrick's Day fabric. But these double-faced knits are very, as we said, very firm, but also very soft. They have this cotton interlock texture on one side and a rib knit texture on the other side. These 2-faced interlock knits, we have 5 colors of these. These have kind of a piqué-like texture. They're very subtle on the right side, more pronounced on the wrong side. Here it is in a powder pink. Going back to the double-faced knit, we have it in a camel color. We have a black. And this tourmaline is very lovely. How to make this Eureka Pocket Top. Here it is, as Betsy showed. It's pictured here in fleece. But here the fabric, we recommend getting 60-inch wide fabric, 1½ yards for all sizes in order to make the Eureka Pocket Top, and just add an additional 1/2 yard for the long sleeve option. Underneath this Eureka Pocket Top is the trio top. It's pictured here in a jersey knit. I'm sorry, is it actually the sweater knit? It's actually the sweater knit that is that right?
It's the jersey. Oh, it is the sweater knit. Yeah.
Okay. Never mind. It's the chartreuse sweater knit that we're promoting. So this is the trio top. For the trio top, we actually have that PDF pattern. It goes all the way up to 3X. So we have extended sizes for this pattern. We recommend 60-inch wide fabric, 1 2/3 yards for sizes up to 2XL. But if you want to make larger sizes, we recommend 1 3/4 yards for the plus sizes. Here are the colors of the 2-faced interlock knit, some of the cuts we have. And here is the chartreuse sweater knit that we are kind of recommending for the trio. Excuse me. Betsy, I have a frog in my throat.
You're fine. So we also have a sewing with knits tutorial, which if you aren't super confident with sewing knits or you just want to like up your game a little bit, this is an amazing tutorial that with like all of our go-to tips and tricks that we always use. So if you don't have that in your library, it's a really great one. And it in fact uses the trio t-shirt. So if you're going to get the trio t-shirt, maybe you should get the sewing with knits as well.
Yes. So, Betsy, why don't you show us a little bit more on how to style the Eureka?
Sure. So, as I said earlier, we really like the layered look for the Eureka. Though you can just wear it on its own. You certainly don't have to layer it. You can see on this mannequin, we have put this version over a top with a little bit of a turtleneck. And that's something you could get maybe with the Odette shirt, or there's a Hudson I'm going to show you as well. Our fleece guy over here is over a trio top in this sweater knit. But I brought another trio top so you can see what it looks like, so I don't have to undress the mannequin. And this is a really great version because you see the raglan sleeve and the how it attaches to the body there. This is just made out of a cotton knit. I'm gonna say an Alabama Shannon knit, but I'm not for sure. And then this is a fun one because you can see that we did some stitching. But it's a more fitted tee, so it works really well under garments. If you need something to wear under sweater knits, under jackets, look for the trio tee. But if you want to think about a full ensemble, I do have a couple of things picked out just to show you how like the proportions work. So this is a different variation of the Eureka top. And you can see we've put it over what is a lengthened Hudson. And I really like how you get a little bit of the shirt coming out underneath. It really brings your eye down. But because you're wearing like a little bit more of a voluminous top, I would go with a thinner pant. So like I would put it maybe with a helix pant so that you have just a little bit of a better proportion from top to bottom. So that's kind of a fun look. But you could also do a button-down shirt as well. Now this is a Eureka made out of like a very thick sweater knit. So it is full-bodied. It's very square. So it's kind of an extreme example. But you can put it over a shirt with a collar and you get a nice look there, a very crisp look. And then, again, I would go with a thinner pant. So this is the pencil pants. And I was thinking we haven't talked about the pencil pants for a little bit. But if you're looking for a slim leg pant, this is a really nice one. And again, it works really well because you have a larger body on top. And I think this is a, who's under here? I think this is a now shirt. But I would also consider doing a longer button-down shirt, like a London. So again, you get that little bit of fabric coming underneath because it really draws the eye down and like kind of lengthens your body. But then a third option is, and again, this is a drapey Eureka, but we've put it just over the E-dress. And so if you want just a comfortable kind of throw on look that's maybe a little bit dressier, you could pair it with the E-dress or the E-skirt. And if you recall, the E-dress doesn't have sleeves, so this is an easy way to add a little bit of interest and some sleeves to your E-dress.
I love it. I love thinking about it with the dress or skirt.
Yeah. I think, you know, we always think about pants, but the E-dress has a really beautiful slim line, as does the skirt. And so again, you can use that kind of larger body on top, thinner at the bottom, and it's a really great and like really flattering proportion on a lot of people.
And go back to the trio t-shirt, Betsy, the sample you have.
Sure.
Just just for you guys to know, there are people that say they can't wear raglan sleeves, but they actually love this design because the seam runs across the shoulder and down the sleeve. So that means that it's a little more shaped and you can get a really great fit with this raglan sleeve.
Yeah, so you actually can fit this raglan sleeve as opposed to other ones, which are one piece, which you can't really maneuver very well, but you can with this. So it's a really great, we find that it fits people really well. And again, it's a great layering piece, so you might consider that.
So let's take a little bit closer look at the fabrics on your end.
Yeah, so let me move my lady out of the way here. So over on this side, we have both the double knit fabric that we used for the Eureka and the interlock knits. Up here, we have the tourmaline, and I don't feel like it's showing on the screen quite as beautiful as it is here. It is a like a really dark teal. I feel like it looks a little grayed out on the screen, but maybe that's just me. But it's a lovely dark teal. And although we do kind of recommend it for the trio, you could still make the Eureka Pocket top out of this either way. Then we have this powder pink. It's a nice light color. You know how we love powder pink around here. Once it goes like April, we're just pink for the rest of the summer. It's got a little bit of dustiness to it, which I think makes it a little more sophisticated than, say, like a baby pink. It would look wonderful with gray. It looks great with this tourmaline, actually.
So can you raise up the tourmaline so we can kind of see?
Sure, of course.
Awesome.
Better? Yeah. So then we have the black double face knit. And again, this is the same knit that we used on the pocket top. And for those of you who did the Japanesque, it's got this cable on one side and the smooth yet still like slightly textured face on the other side. I would consider it like a sweater knit weight. Do you think that's appropriate, Alex?
Yeah, I would. I wouldn't consider it heavy, or I wouldn't even consider it too warm or too kind of wintry. I actually think it's a great transitional season weight.
Yeah, it's not heavy, but it's kind of like, it's like throwing on an easy sweater. So that's kind of why we picked it, because we thought, well, March and April, it's chilly, you need a third piece. This is a good one. So we have this camel color, which we also really like. And I just want to show you how pretty it looks with the pink. Like, that is a really beautiful neutral combination. If you wanted to do the trio in the pink and then the Eureka in that is a fabulous combo. And then we have our beautiful spring green. And this is, this is St. Patrick's Day green. We are rocking it today. It really is a fun color. It is bright, it is bold, but put it with black, put it with white. If you're like me, I would put it with chartreuse because I'm that kind of person, but it is a fantastic color. Clean these up a little bit. Now, over here, we've got 3 cuts of 3 different colors, so we don't have a ton. We've got a beautiful interlock purple, kind of a dark grape. We have berry. This is also an interlock knit. It's think cranberry as opposed to raspberry. It's like a nice deep red berry. And then we have maroon, which is kind of dark and moody. If you're feeling like a dark and moody situation, this is what you should go for. And then this is our chartreuse sweater knit, which I would just like to have everything made out of. It is incredibly soft. It has a beautiful drape. It's the world's best color. So I think we love this. And actually, I don't know that you can see, but the maroon interlock knit with this chartreuse is incredible. It's such a good combination. You could also pair it with the black. And like I said, I would do it with the green. I also like the purple with the chartreuse as well. Ooh, or the teal. The thing about like a chartreuse color, it's I always say it's like a very specific, strange color, but it goes with everything. Like, it's a I don't know why. It's one of those magic colors that you can really put with a lot of stuff. So
Yeah, it's true. Well, let's talk about what's on sale today. So, of course, we have the Eureka Top PDF pattern that is on sale. You have the Trio T-shirt PDF pattern, and again, that includes sizes extra small through double XL, but then 1X through 3X also. The Eureka Pocket Top tutorial is on sale. The huge, amazing Sewing with Knits 67-page tutorial is on sale. And then we have the fabrics that we're recommending for the Eureka Pocket Top, particularly the double-face knits, the two-face interlock knits, and then the fabric for the trio, the sweater knit in chartreuse.
And one more thing about the double face knits. I have it on good authority that Erin thinks this is the greatest fabric of all time.
I was just thinking, like, I would make that because of the nature of that fabric and how kind of firm it is. I would make pants.
Yep.
That would be an option too. So it is a very versatile fabric.
Yeah. We keep thinking of new things to make, and many times she's like, I mean, I'd make it in that double face knit. She loves it. So it is a really useful fabric.
Betsy, there's a lot of great comments on buttons, so you'll have to. I don't know. It's hard to really say. A lot of people are saying the black. A lot of people are saying the number 2 one. Was that the?
I think that was the super blingy one.
Yeah.
Well, we'll go through and tally it up afterwards. I'll show you next week what wins.
Can we see your pink carnelian?
Yep. Let me grab it.
Did you shorten this?
I did not shorten it. In fact, I would probably consider lengthening it. I like a kind of a long jacket. Size-wise, this is just out of the pattern. The things that I changed were just details that I preferred. So the inseam pockets, the cuff, and then also instead of doing the, I was looking for that, the loop on the side, I just thought a little bit about how I would probably wear it, and I put in a snap on one side. So. But that was just, I thought it would be more useful for how I'll wear it. But I don't know. Here, I can move the camera a little bit down so you can see where it falls on me. Maybe. So just above the knee.
All right. I don't actually see, I think, any more questions. Just to clarify, this is the same tutorial that we gave our So Confident members last year. So it's updated slightly. We updated a little bit in just yesterday, so it's updated in your accounts if you've already purchased it. But it is the same. Can we see a closer view of the pink top? Was, I think, the piece.
Oh, yeah, the pink Eureka, of course. Let me grab it out of my little pile here. So this is actually what we call the divided Eureka top, which is another, where am I going? Sorry. Okay. Which is another tutorial that we have. This one was just made out of a cotton jersey. You could totally do that out of the interlock knit, I think. And it is a very similar color to this. As you can see, I noted that this fabric was a little bit dustier, and I think you can see when you put those together. But overall, it would be a very similar look.
So I have posted the blog post on how to make the divided Eureka top that you see here in the comments. So it is on our blog, and it will show you how to do that variation. But I mean, we always say this about the Eureka. If we've made it once, we've made it 1,000 times. I mean, it's we've made it piece, we've made it short, we've made it long, we've made it into a dress, we've made it with belts. We've just done so many things to it. So it's such a versatile pattern. It's easy to fit. You can make it so many different ways. So We love it. Let's see. Betsy, would you be comfortable saying what size you made in your coat?
Oh, in my coat, I made the smallest size, which I think is small. It doesn't come in extra small, does it?
It does. Yes.
Oh, it does. Okay, then I did the extra small. Sorry, I get my patterns mixed up a little in my mind.
Yes.
Okay. So I did the extra small. There's plenty of room for, layering, because in the winter you're going to have thicker things on than maybe this t-shirt.
Question, Betsy, did you make your scarf?
I did not make the scarf. This is a scarf that Erin made, and we have a tutorial for. I think it's called the knotted knit scarf, and I think the tutorial is like $5. And so it's all of these little stringy pieces of jersey that are tied together that make a fun little scarf.
Yeah, lots of questions about your scarf. So I will post the link to the knotted scarf tutorial as well. It's a great $5 tutorial.
Yeah. That is a nice weekend project. You can knock it out. You can probably use some fabric that you have. But it's really cute. And I love for spring a little scarf, so.
Just to clarify again, the Eureka Pocket Top tutorial was updated. So, but if you have it in your account, it's been updated. So,
right, you automatically get the new file. So you're all set there.
Yep. Can I show my linen carnelian? I would love to. I'm actually getting that I'm getting photos taken of that very soon. So I will post those pictures as soon as I get it. It's downstairs. I should have gotten it to bring it up to show you guys, but I want to kind of keep it a secret. We're like slowly rolling out some exciting things. Yeah. So you'll see it soon. I promise. So, all right. I think that's all the questions I see. So just a reminder, guys, our Eureka Pocket Top sale is live on the website. So you can check out all the Eureka Pocket Top things you need. Sewing with Knits tutorial. Highly recommend that if you don't have it already. The Eureka pattern and all of the fabrics that you've seen here today. So if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can reach me at alex@sewingworkshop.com. And thank you, Betsy, for filling in. I muted myself and coughed for a little bit. So
sure, anytime.
All right, everyone. We will see you next Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining, and have a great week.